In this final video, I'd like to talk about notifications and the calendar, and also show you how to add text in your materials section. These are not part of the minimum requirements, but they certainly are very helpful to use Schoology to its potential. Up in the upper right, you can see a couple things. The drop-down arrow next to your name, and also the notifications gear. In this case, that notifications gear is just for this course, so I want to direct us to the drop-down arrow instead. And the first thing inside of there says notifications just under your school. So if I click that, I get a screen that gives me all sorts of things I could be notified about. That's fine. I can turn them on or off. By default, they would be going to email. But over on the right, you can see where it says send notifications to your phone via text message. If I click that, a window will pop up, and I can put in my cell phone number. Students could also do this, or parents. And when you set that up, of course, charges do apply. But when you set that up, you'll get text messages for the things that you asked to be notified about. And that's a very powerful thing in Schoology. Let me go back to the course page. The next thing I want to show you is also on the upper right, not as far upper and right, but there's a calendar. It says upcoming there, then it says add event. If I click on that calendar, I'll see a calendar pop up. I can then add events on those days. You'll see a little plus sign there, and I could choose that and add things. Also, if I do add assignments or quizzes or things in Schoology and set due dates or even discussions, it does automatically put those on the calendar. So the calendar is a very nice thing to know about. The final thing I want to show you is in the materials section. So if you remember to go to materials, you go over here. I'll click that. And inside where I have everything in my course resources folder, I'm going to go to the add materials, and I am going to choose to add a page/text block. I think you can see that one down there. And I'll click that. At this point, I can put a title in. Maybe I'll be using this for a class description, but I put all my text here. Now normally, that's just going to create a web page that I need to click on. But I want to direct your attention to the very bottom of that text box where it says inline text block right there. If I check that box, now when I click create, it is going to show all that text I typed right there rather than even making the user click on it. And so that's a very nice thing if I wanted to put some instructions. And in fact, I use this for this Schoology minimum requirements course when you see things like instructions. And it's very nice for helping your user kind of navigate through your materials section. The last thing I want to mention is that you can get more Schoology training. There are a couple ways. You can talk to your media specialist or your building tech. And there's also a Schoology course created called Schoology Training. And you can request that if it's not already in your courses at the top. Thank you very much for your time, and have fun using Schoology.